Hello everyone, I am Nishuna from grade 4 and I would like to say a few words about child labor. Child labor refers to any work that deprives children of their childhood and their rights to education, health, safety and moral development base. Being a child, I know the importance of love and care from others for my development, and I personally feel that every child deserves it and not abuse. At last, I would like to say that children do not take child labor as their biggest favor. Thank you.
Children are the future of the nation. Then why are the people using child labor for their little benefit? Why do not we see it from our point of view? Why does not it allow little innocent children to live their childhood? Why do they deprive the children of the right to receive the education? Good morning. Myself, Kaustuv, Nepal here. The term child labor is often defined as the work that deprives the children of their childhood, their potential and their dignity, and that is harmful to physical and mental development. The world nations are observing the World Day Against Child Labor on June 12 each year. About 73 million children are in hazardous work. Children aged 5 to 17 is still in child labor. Child labor and exploitation are the result of many factors, including poverty, social norms condoning them, lack of decent work, opportunities for adult and adolescents, migration and emergencies. If we wish to eradicate child labor, we need to formulate some very effective solution which will save our children. Furthermore, we need to teach parents the importance of education. If we make the education free and the people aware, we will be able to educate more and more children who won't have to do child labor. Moreover, making people aware of harmful consequences of child labor is a must. In addition, family controls measures must also be taken to reduce the family's burden, so when you have lesser mouths to feed, the parents will be enough to work for them. In short, government and people must come together so they can earn their livelihood instead of putting their kids to work. The children are the future of our country. We cannot expect them to maintain the economic conditions of their families instead of having a normal childhood. Every child is considered as a gift of God. It must be nurtured with care and affection with the family and society. Thank you.
COVID-19, protect children from child labor now more than ever. With this slogan, today, 12th June is marked as World Day Against Child Labor, and me, Sara Shrestha of grade 4 Emerald, would like to say something about child labor. Child labor is the exploitation of children through any form of work that deprives children of their childhood, interferes with their ability to attend regular school, and this is mentally, physically, socially, or morally harmful. Such exploitation is prohibited by law. When we think child labor, we think of child slaves who are living in hard conditions, but that's not complete picture. Child labor is the work that hinders the chances of dignity and right to education of children between the ages 0 to 15, and also work that is harmful to physical or mental development of these children is considered as child labor. Child labor is still common in many parts of the world. As we all are suffering from this pandemic, the resulting economic and labor market are having huge impact on people's life and livelihoods. Unfortunately, children are often the first to suffer this crisis and can push millions of vulnerable children into child. As we all are suffering from this pandemic, the resulting economic and labor market are having huge impact on people's life and livelihoods. Unfortunately, children are often the first to suffer. This crisis can push millions of vulnerable children into child labor. So this is all about World Day Against Child Labor 2020. At last, I would like to request all my friends, brothers, sisters, parents, and teachers to not to panic and stay positive. Please stay safe and stay home. Bye.
Namaskar everybody, it's me Bijan. Today I am going to tell you about child labor. Almost 1 in 10 of all children worldwide are in child labor, while the number of children in child labor has been declined by 94 million since 2000. The rate reduction of child labor is slowing by 2/3 in recent years. The target 8.7 of the UN Sustainable Development Goals calls an end to child labor and all its forms by 2025. So let's say no to child labor, and child labor is a crime. Thank you.
Hi, good morning. It's me, Reeva Lohani from Grade 5 Open. I'm here to speak about child labor. 5 to 17 years people are known as children. Use of any children in any business or industry is known as child labor. Use of any children in the form of work that deprives children of their childhood and the right for the education, health, and safety. Worldwide, 152 million children are in child labor. Almost half of them are in unsafe industries. As for ILO, International Labour Organization, Nepal still has 1.6 million children in child labor. More than half million are engaged in unsafe work. In Nepal, child labor is illegal. If anyone involved in child labor, then the person will be punishable under Nepal's law. So let's start the movement. Say no to the child labor and say yes to the child education. Thank you.
There is a garden in every childhood, an enchanted place where the colors are bright, the air softer, and the morning more fragrant than ever again. Greetings of a wonderful day to all. I am Shiwang Bhardwaj of 5 Opal, standing before you to discuss on a topic, child labor. Child labor refers to employment of children in any kind of work that deprives them from their childhood potential and dignity and is harmful for their physical, mental, and social development. It is the major problem in some of the developing countries like Nepal, India, Algeria, etc. It spoils, damages, destroys the future of children. International Labour Organization clearly suggests that poverty is the greatest cause behind child labor. Lack of meaningful alternatives like affordable schools and quality education are some major factors driving children into harmful labor. The future of the country is in the hand of children. If they are given proper knowledge and adequate mentoring at right age, then they can become an admiring personality and a role model to all others. Samuel Smiles once said, "Childhood lasts all through life." So this childhood should contain adequate fund, appropriate mentoring, absolute discipline, and proper knowledge to mold a better generation. At last but not least, I would like to say, don't ask children to take tool, instead send them to school. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. It's me Tejaswi Rajeswori Thapa from grade 5 Opal. Today I am going to tell a short speech about child labor. Child labor has been the most important concern in the world because it affects the children both mentally, physically and also destroys the future of children. The child labor defines as a person who has not completed the age of 14 in engaging economic activity or full-time basis. Child is known as a gift of God with care and affection from the family and society. So we should aware of this problem and think positive steps to remove the issue from our country. Stop child labor. Thank you.
Were walking by the lane spotted a lonely girl carrying a box full of chain. Asking where she came from, waited for the answer, but nothing happened except for a painful weep. Asking again the same question, the weeping grew louder. Waiting no longer, kept my hand on her shoulder and asked her to be bolder. After a long pause, getting no reply, the girl exited, leaving myself helpless, only to realize it was all hapless. Scratching above the eyebrows, realized it was child labor, and said to myself, we should stop this sweet endeavor. After walking an hour longer, saw children by the roadside, and as the sun set, saw them by the street light. And from the next day, I said to everyone, stop child labor, stop child labor, stop child labor. My name is Anshudeep. I am from grade 6 Emerald, and we should stop this child labor. Thank you.
There's no reason, there's no excuse. Child labor is a child abuse. The hands which are meant for holding pens and books are washing dishes and serving plates. Namaste. I am Sami Sherchan from class 6 Pearl. How you treat your children is a reflection of our societies and values. Of course, legal foundations are essential. Practical change is another. 152 million children are still trapped in child labor, and 73 million of these, almost half, are in hazardous work. This is simply unacceptable. Together we can stop child labor. No child should be working. Every child has the right to good education, the right to play, and the right to enjoy its childhood. Child labor means that the poverty continues to exist. Eradicating child labor means development and better opportunities for everyone. Say no to child labor. Thank you.
Hello everyone, it's me, Sarthak Bhattarai from grade 6. Today I'm going to talk about the World Day Against Child Labor. 12 June, the International Labour Organization ILO launched the World Day Against Child Labor in 2002 to focus attention on the global extent of child labor and the action and efforts needed to eliminate it. The theme of World Day Against Child Labor 2019 was Children shouldn't work in fields but on dreams. The theme focuses on the development of the children working in agriculture sector throughout the world, as around 152 million children are still in child labor. The theme of World Day Against Child Labor 2020 is Protect Children from Labor Now. More than ever, the theme focuses on COVID-19. Thank you.